This meeting is being recorded.
All right, so everybody behave themselves. We're being recorded. Hi, welcome to the Virginia Caregiver Coalition meeting. I've got a few pieces of business to take care of, a few announcements, and before we get to Andy and how to reduce your risk of falling. First, I think Liza sent these announcements out to the membership, but I just want to bring them to your attention. There is a program up at Virginia Tech that is called CareX. It's a research project, and they are conducting telephone interviews to learn about extended family caregivers, their service use and needs, and they're actually going to pay $110 if you help them out. So we will post them in the meetings, but just, a shout out to see if you want to, if you're the grandchild or brother, sister, niece, nephew, or stepkin of a relative, you can help them broaden the research with that. And they invite you to share your caregiving story. There's a spring virtual education series for caregivers from Bay Aging, a terrific organization. Their next one is on today? No. All right. Next one is May 26th. So check that out. That information for that is also will be in the minutes, and maybe we can add it to the caregiver, to the chat room. Okay, I'd like to welcome some new members. Margaret Brown, are you here? Okay. Lynn McHugh. Okay, well, hopefully they'll join us. Trina Flannery. There you are. Trina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the work you do?
Yeah, I was a family caregiver for many, many years, and I got involved with Chesterfield Council for Aging, their caregiving committee. I work with Rachel on that. Right now I do caregiving coaching and run some support groups.
Oh, that's fantastic. What kind of the caregiver coaching, what does that involve?
Volunteer right now. It just, people get referred to me. I spend hours on the phone with them and connect them to the network that I've learned over the years caregiving.
Okay, fantastic. Super.
It may become a business, but it's not yet. So okay. I'm transitioning. My mom just passed last year, so I'm transitioning.
Well, one thing you may want to check in on is check with George Worthington, and there's a program called the Families Program here in Virginia, but it's the NYU Caregiver Intervention, and it's a evidence-based program that has you work with an individual caregiver to begin, and then work with the family for about 4 meetings, and then meet again with the individual caregiver. And it's a terrific program. So if you're interested, you can get George's information.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
I am interested. So let me know how to get your information.
Yeah, I mean, we have George did a grant a few years back to train caregiver counselors in exactly this kind of support. So it's a terrific program. The textbook is available on Amazon, and it's a really, really good program. I ran it at UVA up in the Department of Neurology for about 3 years, and we got some terrific results and really helped a lot of folks.
Great.
All right. Laurie Coulter, new member. Welcome her if you see her or talk to her. And yeah, and if you are a member, please tell a friend to join us. We are getting ready to embark on a great new year, a couple of years. This is my last meeting as chair. of the VCC. And just have a few thank yous. My executive committee stood by me, Kathy Miller of DARS, who was a wonderful guide and also helped resurrect the Virginia Caregivers Guide, which will be coming out soon. Marcia Dubois is also from DARS, and she has been a wonderful guide and kept our most radical impulses under wraps. And thanks to Moretta Copeland, who was my membership chair, members of the Lifeblood, and she managed that flow wonderfully. George Worthington, my soulmate, the guy that sort of got me going on this, and has just been a wonderful support, and I'm going to miss working with him in this capacity. But hopefully, we will be able to stay in touch. Thank you, George, so much. I can't say enough about Donna Cantrell. She has provided one excellent program after another. She has taken our mission of introducing caregivers to innovative programs and innovative people from around the state, and just has done a superb job of creating programming that really, really meets the needs of our community and our constituents. And I can't thank her enough. She's just been a rock. And then Liza, you have been a wonderful support, and I thank you so much. I'll say something about you in a minute. And then Nick, my God, you have just, I couldn't have done it without you, man. You are just the best. And I thank you so much for putting up with all of this. You just, you do such a great job with this. And then, the voucher program is just, I don't know how you do it all, but thank you. And I'd like to thank our nominating committee. Dee Karras, you did a fabulous job of herding cats in this instant, and Violetta Ardoin helped her out. We had two really notable ad hoc members to the nominating committee, Christy Jensen from Riverside Center for Excellence in Aging, and Ellen Phipps from Aging Together. Their input was really valuable in helping us winnow down our candidates to the final two that were endorsed to be the new chair and vice chair. Juliana Ordonez, who is with the Fairfax Area Agency on Aging, and who has been doing a terrific job of developing programming up in Northern Virginia and related to caregivers, and hopefully she will bring that zest and flair to the Caregiver Coalition as well. And she will be serving as vice chair, and Emily Hoyt Atkinson, who unfortunately cannot be with us today due to COVID, but Emily is an advocate for aging in Henrico County, and really was instrumental in helping us put together the revised caregiver guide. So I welcome both of them, and I think as an organization, we are so fortunate to have these very, very talented young advocates leading this group. I'm really excited. So I will step back. I will be serving as past chair. So and that's the guy that sits back over in the corner and just sort of, if called on, answers. So, but I just want to thank all of you, all of the members here for supporting the coalition over the last few years. We had a little bit of a glitch with the pandemic. It really sort of shut us down in a way that we weren't able to go out as an organization and really get out in the community the way we had hoped to initially. to be able to go get new members and present our story to various organizations around the state. But hopefully with Emily and Juliana in the leadership positions, we'll get that momentum back again. So with that, again, thank all of you for all the help you provided. And I am going to turn it over to Donna Cantrell to introduce our speaker today.
Hi, everybody. Today we're going to hear a program about how to reduce the risk of falls. We're going to hear from Andy Platia. She is DARS Prevention Programs Coordinator. She joined DARS 6 years ago as the Lifespan Respite Coordinator, and that's when I met her. Since then, she's gone on to manage 3 evidence-based programs, the Chronic Disease Self-Management Program, and 2 falls prevention programs called A Matter of Balance and Bingo Size. Andy is also caregiver for her 23-year-old special needs daughter, and she's going to be talking to us about how to prevent the risk of falls. Andy, take it away.
Thank you, Donna. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good morning. As Donna said, my name is Andy Platia, and I am the Prevention Programs Coordinator for DARS. Today's presentation will give you a brief overview of DARS's falls prevention education. In 2017, DARS was awarded its first prevention grant to disseminate the falls prevention program, A Matter of Balance, to the Commonwealth. That grant ended in July of this year. In May of this year, DARS was awarded its second falls prevention grant to continue the A Matter of Balance program and also introduce Bingo Size. Bingo Size was implemented during the pandemic when an all-in-person Matter of Balance workshops were halted. Bingo Size already had a virtual platform in place, which meant the AAAs could proceed. Did somebody say something? Sorry. I'm okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Both grants were funded through the Administration for Community Living, also known as ACL. The goals of the current grant are, through robust partnerships, develop a result-based comprehensive strategy for reducing falls and fall risks among older adults and adults with disabilities. And the second goal is to significantly increase the number of older adults and adults with disabilities who participate in evidence-based falls prevention programs, while concurrently pursuing the sustainability of these programs beyond the end of the grant period. What we're going to talk about today is falls facts. Some of them are: falls are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries among adults ages 65 and older. During 2018, 1 in 4 adults reported falling. 36 million falls resulted in 8 million injuries. The fatality rate from falls increased 31% in older adults from 2007 through 2016. 3 million were treated in emergency departments for fall-related injuries, and falls are responsible for over $50 billion in healthcare costs annually. What do we know about falls? Well, they are common, they are predictable, but best of all, they are preventable. There are more than just one issue that can cause a fall. The conditions are lower body weakness, vitamin D deficiency, difficulty walking and balance, the use of medicines, and even some over-the-counter medicines can affect balance and how steady you are on your feet, vision problems, and foot pain or footwear. What can you do? Okay, there you go. What can you do to prevent falls? Falls can be prevented. There are some simple things you can do to keep yourself from falling. You can ask your doctor to evaluate your risk of falling and talk to them about specific things you can do. You can do exercises that make your legs stronger and improve your balance. You can have your eyes checked by an eye doctor at least once a year, and be sure to update your eyeglasses if needed. Make your home safer by getting rid of things you could trip over, and call your local area agency on aging and attend a free evidence-based falls prevention program. DARS chose Bingo Size and A Matter of Balance as its falls prevention programs. A Matter of Balance and Bingo Size are evidence-based health promotion programs to reduce the risk of falls in older adults. Evidence-based programs offer proven ways to promote health and prevent disease among older adults. Matter of Balance is an 8-week structured group intervention that emphasizes practical strategies to reduce fear of falling and increase the activity levels for older adults. Participants learn to view falls and fear of falling as controllable. They set realistic goals to increase the activity levels and change their environment to reduce fall risk factors, and exercise to increase strength and balance. Participants meet 1 time a week for 8 weeks, either in person or virtual. Each session is 2 hours long. Attendance is taken, and participants that attend 5 out of 8 sessions are considered completers. And participants will not be joining the group after the 2nd session. The size of the group is limited so that all members will have time to talk and participate actively. Each week, the Matter of Balance leader will present a topic. The topics will be used in that week's group discussions and activities. There was always a 10-minute refreshment break. I don't think they take that in anymore because of COVID. In weeks 3 through 8, exercises are introduced in week 3, and then they continue through week 8. This is one example of a Matter of Balance activity. Participants are asked to read the following 8 statements and answer whether they agree or disagree. I will read each statement now, and you can mentally jot down if you agree or disagree with each. Falling should be accepted as a natural part of growing old. Most falls cannot be prevented. Reporting a fall to a doctor could lead to a restriction of my independence. If I report a fall to a doctor, he or she may think that I cannot take care of myself. If I report a fall to a relative, he or she may not think I can take care of myself. My doctor is a very busy person and shouldn't be bothered with my concerns about falls, if I should have any. My nurse is a very busy person and shouldn't be bothered with my concerns about falls. And last is falling is humiliating. I think everybody can agree with that. Did you agree to any of these questions? By answering you agree, that could be a reason for not reporting a fall to your healthcare provider. By not seeking help or discussing the fact that you fell with a physician or a nurse, you are denying yourself the chance to find out what really caused your fall. Knowing why a fall occurred is the first step preventing future falls. Falls are preventable. Most healthcare providers will go to great lengths to provide you with a service that will allow you to stay safely in your home. I will now read 4 more statements that describe attitudes associated in some ways with fall. Again, mentally jot down if you agree or disagree. Even when it is not wet or slippery outside, I avoid leaving my house. Almost every day, I think about the fact that I could fall and hurt myself. I am generally nervous when I walk. And last, there are things that I would like to do, but I don't because I'm afraid I might fall. Again, if you answered agree with any of these last 4 questions, this could mean you are fearful of falling. Stress is your body's response to anything that leaves you feeling pressured or threatened. It is a demand on your body causing you to adapt, adjust, or respond to a particular stressor. Stress is not always bad. It often motivates us or pushes us to try new ways of doing things. Being concerned about falling could lead to a safer lifestyle. However, if your fear of falling is keeping you from doing the things you like to do, you need to talk about it with your healthcare provider. The next activity deals with the power of positive thinking. For each previous question a participant answered agreed to, they are told to go back and write a positive statement that shows that they have control over their fear of falling. For instance, if you agreed you are generally nervous when you walk, you could put a positive spin on it and say, I am confident when I walk because I've taken steps to prevent a fall, such as exercising, wearing sensible shoes, etc. Ideas can handicap you. They get in the way of staying active and of doing things that you can to prevent falls and cope with them if they do occur. One way of challenging your concerns is to replace them with more constructive, confidence-building ideas. These are some unhelpful thoughts Bob has. I can't go. I'll never make it up those steps without losing my balance. I could fall and break my hip. And during the class, they will talk to all the participants, and they try to come up with positive things Bob can say to himself. How likely is it that my concern will come true? How dangerous is this situation? Bob might say the following: I'm nervous about those steps, but I've never fallen down the steps before and I've climbed a lot of them. It is possible I could do it. I'd like to see my neighbors. I get bored and cooped up inside. I'd feel good about getting there if I could. What will happen if I give in to my worries? And finally, if I don't go, I'll get more lonely and unhappy, and I'll feel ashamed because I won't tell them the real reason I can't come. I'll make something up and they'll think I'm not interested. Here are just a few of the exercises you will learn during a Matter of Balance workshop. Foot circles. The ankle is one of the most important balance joints. The ankle joint responds to changes in terrain and reports to the brain and other muscles information necessary for adjustment and safety. The ankle rolls may improve the range of motion and balance. The toe stand is an exercise that improves balance and leg strength. And lastly, the look left and look right. This exercise can also be done anywhere and at any time. It improves neck range of motion, and it is helpful in maintaining your ability to look left and right when driving. Okay, now I'm going to show you a short video on Matter of Balance.
We all know someone who has had a fall. You may think it won't happen to you, but 1 in 4 older adults falls each year. The good news is that falling is not a normal part of aging. You have the power to prevent a fall. There are programs that are proven to reduce your chance of falling. They are fun and effective, and they can help you stay independent and active. A Matter of Balance is a group class that can help reduce your fear of falling and teaches the importance of activity so you can stay independent. The 8-session class is for people who are concerned about falling, and many of the exercises are practiced while sitting down.
An older adult can start a Matter of Balance at any time. Whether they're healthy or they have some disabling situations, the benefits of the Matter of Balance will help them not just through the exercises, but through the strategies that they learn to deal with decreasing their risk for falls.
Yesterday, I went out to do the very activity that had made me aware of my need in the first place. And I did not feel as unsteady and as insecure as I had originally. I had a lot more confidence, and I was able to take my steps confidently, and I felt much more secure. So I just feel like it was very beneficial.
The secret to successful falls prevention is action.
I thought I was in pretty good shape, but boy, was I wrong. And I'm so glad that I did it.
Participating in an evidence-based falls prevention program can lower your chances of a fall, keeping you safe and independent. They can save you hundreds of dollars in medical costs. And remember, falls prevention is a team effort. Be sure to enlist the support of your friends and family. Visit ncoa.org/falls prevention for tips about preventing a fall and to find a program in your area.
Okay, now we're going to move on to Bingo Size. Bingo Size is a 10-week program that combines a bingo-like game with exercise and health education. The unique edition of Bingo addresses many of the barriers to older adults' participation because the game is fun, familiar, and done in a group setting. One of the goals of the program is to help older adults improve and/or maintain mobility and independence. This program can be held in person or virtually. Each week, the Bingo Size leader starts with a review of the previous week's topics. A new bingo game will then start. After a few numbers have been called, the leader will ask some fall-related questions. If the workshop is virtual, questions will appear on the screen. More numbers will then be called, followed by a few exercises. If the workshop is in person, the leader will demonstrate using equipment that he or she and the participants have in front of them. If the workshop is virtual, participants will exercise along with the video being shown on the screen. The leaders will repeat this process until somebody yells bingo. Small prizes are handed out to the weekly winners. This is a sample question. People who have a moderate to high risk for falling may reduce their risks by A, medication management, B, increasing physical activity, C, home safety improvement, or D, all of the above. And the answer is D, all of the above. Another question is, what are the 3 most common problem areas for falls? A, garage, entrance, and living room. B, garden, living room, and kitchen. C, steps to entrances, inside stairs, and unsafe bathrooms. Or D, living room, laundry room, and kitchen. And the answer is C, steps to entrances, inside stairs, and unsafe bathrooms. This is Dr. Jason Crandall. He created the Bingo Size program working at Western Kentucky University. And I'm going to show you a little video of Dr. Crandall discussing the program.
Start off by showing a nice video that I think really does a good job of describing what Bingo Size is. So we'll start with that.
An example of a steady step stool is a chair. Is it true or false?
Exercise can help prevent chronic diseases and falls in older adults, but unfortunately, less than 15% of older adults exercise regularly. Many older adults report that traditional exercise programs are not enjoyable, leading to inactivity and related health issues. Bingo Size offers a unique solution that mixes exercise, health education, and bingo to help overcome health problems in participants across the entire spectrum of care. It's completely adaptable for all types of facilities and is beneficial for all ranges of physical and mental ability. Evidence shows social, cognitive, and physical improvements. And the best part? It's fun. There are 2 ways to play Bingo Size: the traditional version and using a mobile app on any electronic device. Both versions are led by trained leaders utilizing the contents of Bingo Size in a box. Bingo Size is a fun, affordable way to improve health and quality of life. For more information, visit our website at www.bingosize.com.
And bingo size can be played in person and virtually. And now we're going to see a little video that shows you how the virtual platform is performed.
So if you logged on to the app, this is exactly what you would see. You would see a bingo card. And you notice this is a little bit different than your normal bingo card because it's all numbers. And we did that on purpose because we want you to have the incentive to do the exercises and answer the questions throughout the entire game. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the game so you can kind of see how it works. So it's really simple. So in this case, all you have to do is click on 15 on the card, and then the facilitator will continue going. Okay, here's another number, right? Because we got to keep it fun. We got to keep bingo in there. And here's your first health education question. So this is a fall prevention session. So we're talking about hearing loss and how hearing loss can be something that could increase your risk for accidental falls. So you as a participant would just click on the answer you think is correct. There's no penalty for getting it wrong. So everyone would get the correct answer and then we would discuss it. Once you get the right answer, you can click the number on the card and then the game continues. All right, so this is the first exercise. And so you see there's a description on the screen of how to do the exercise. And so we have the option of doing it together. So I, as the facilitator, could stand up and take you through it. You could do it with me. We also have the ability to show a video. So I'm going to show you a video. The video should start. There we go. And you do have the option of turning on the sound if you'd like, so you can hear a description as the exercise is being demonstrated. And then once the demonstration is over, the facilitator can close that video, and then you as the participant can click OK, which tells us that you've done the exercise, and then we click on the number. And so the game continues like that then until at least someone wins, right? You can win diagonal, across, and straight down. And then you would get your prize. And all kinds of prizes can be available. Some facilities will use personal care items. Others will use nutrition-focused types of prizes. And then a new game will start. And then we'll continue on through until we can get through the entire session of all the exercises and all of the health education questions.
The game stops when somebody yells bingo.
So there's lots of components to bingo size, so keep it lots of fun. This is just one component that we have. So of course we want older adults to be active even outside of bingo size sessions. And so we have take-home cards that encourages you to be active and to do things that we're trying to teach you. So this happens to be a fall prevention take-home card. And you can see that there's exercises that we ask you to do. If you do those, you get to mark off the card. And we ask you to invite more people to the bingo size session and go back to your homes, look around, make sure you remove clutter so that way you don't fall. So if you fill out this card, you bring it back to the next bingo size session, you get a special prize. Because of course, prizes are an important part of bingo size. It is bingo, right? So that keeps it fun and engaging.
And these are some typical bingo size prizes that the participants can win. There's a pill box, a pedometer, a water bottle, and a grabber, which is pretty important when you're in a kitchen, you're trying to reach something on the top cabinet. You have the grabber, because what do most people do when they can't reach a top cabinet? They drag a chair. And what is the most unsafe thing you can do in a kitchen? Is climb on a chair. Okay, and lastly, this is one of a sample activity that a leader may use during matter balance. They'll give it out to the participants and they will use it as a group exercise, and people can call out all the fall risks that they notice in the on the screen or on the printed picture. And that is the two programs. This is my information if you'd like to contact me to find out where there is a program near your house that you can attend either in person or virtually.
Thanks, Andy. That was great.
That was great. How many of you guys found yourself rolling your ankle whenever she was going through some of the exercises? I did. I also now noticed that I got to get stuff off my stairs because I keep things there to stack them when I'm going to come upstairs. Does anybody have any questions for Andy?
I have a general question. Now, I kind of might know the answer to this, but do you train people to provide this program?
Yes, Matter Balance, they host master training sessions. I think they're 4 days a week, full days. And then once you're a master trainer on Matter Balance, then you can turn around and you can teach other volunteers to become Matter Balance leaders. With bingo size, that's a different story. Every person who wants to lead the program has to take the training from Western Kentucky University, the bingo size stuff. But that training is not as long as the Matter of Balance training. But yeah, you have to be, whereas in Matter of Balance, you can train local volunteers, but with bingo size, you have to actually pay and have them trained by the professionals.
Good to know.
Yeah, great programs.
So, and actually I have another question too. They have the bingo size in a box stuff. Do you provide that to people, or does the program, and where do the prizes come from?
Okay, we purchased the bingo size in a box through the grant funds that we received, and every AAA that is on the grant with us and implements bingo size, we're given a bingo size box paid for by the grant. With that, you can use that for 20 participants for in-person workshops. What was the second part of the question?
Who furnishes the prizes?
Oh, each local area agency. We do have a partnership with Genworth to provide some of the bingo size prizes, but we found out the bingo size sessions, there's 10 sessions 2 times a week. And for each, and you play 2 games a week, 2 games a session, that comes out to a lot of prizes.
Yeah.
So we have found that the AAAs are responsible, they have to go out and they have to get more prizes. A lot of them go to the dollar store, pick out some prizes. It does get expensive. Unfortunately, the grant is not large enough for us to provide all the prizes as we go.
And then I have one more question, and then I promise I'll shut up.
No problem.
So you market this to AAAs. Do you go to other senior living facilities in the community, or?
Each AAA is responsible for finding places to host the workshops.
Okay.
So yeah, I just manage the grant, and it's really up to the local AAA coordinators. They do most of the work.
Okay, Chris, I'm gonna shut up now. So if anybody else has questions, I will shut up.
And all the programs are free. There's no cost.
Thank you.
If there are no other questions,
George had
yes, George. Yes, George.
Thanks, Andy, for that great presentation. That was really interesting and informative. I just wonder if you have any information about people maybe in early stages of dementia taking these courses and how successful that is, and is it being marketed to those folks?
Yes. For this grant, we are welcoming people in the early stages of dementia. There haven't been too many, but we do keep data on that. We don't know as of yet if it's been successful. They are, if we know they are in the early stages, we ask that they bring a caregiver with them, so they both attend. Actually, bingo size, Dr. Crandall is creating a bingo size version just for people in early stage dementia. So I'm very interested to hear how that's gonna, when that's gonna start, but that's in the early stages.
Wow. Well, that would be great. I mean, we know that, somebody with dementia, if they fall, it tends to accelerate the progression of the disease. So things like this are really important for them. So
yeah, but both programs are open to early stage dementia.
That's great. Anybody else?
I had a kind of a related question. I know it's important for caregivers to get fall risk evaluations done in their home, but if they don't currently have a home care company or something like that, is there a resource that they can call to get an in-home evaluation done? That's part one. And the other thing is, just does Lifelong Learning Institute know about the bingo size? Chesterfield Council's meeting out there now, and it seems like that would be a good place to host it.
Okay. Regarding your question about in-home evaluation, I think I saw Rachel Lawson is on the call from Alzheimer's. Rachel, are you there? Okay, I guess she's gone.
Hey, Chris, I'm here.
Okay. Does the Alzheimer's Association still offer that that home evaluation piece?
For doing like visits when we do.
Right.
We still provide the care consultations where we can come into the home and talk to the family and meet with the family to help do the evaluation and meet with the family where they are and help with the next step care planning and talk about, if there are concerns in the home, what's the next best thing. So we're still providing that, and we are able to resume those in person, and we can come to the family's home to do that.
Okay, and that would include, looking at things like, trip and fall dangers and things like that, correct?
It can be part of the conversation that we have if that is something that the family is interested in.
Okay, all right, well, thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Does anybody else have any announcements they'd like to share with the members? Anything coming up with your organization? If so, please take the opportunity to do it now. Okay. Dee, is anything going on down at Senior Connections? Do you guys have any programs coming up?
Good morning. Yes, we started the Cool Care program. So I can put a flyer on that in the chat.
Okay. Great. Anybody else? Let's see. Yes, George.
Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that our new Dementia Capable Virginia webpage has gone live finally. So we're super excited about that. It brings together resources for families, healthcare professionals, other providers, and at some point, but not quite yet, for researchers as well. But you can find the Dementia Roadmap and our expanded number of tip sheets. So we now have 18 tip sheets for caregivers covering topics like hallucinations or anxiety, anger, and other things that might be helpful if you're providing care for somebody living with dementia. So I'll put the web page in the chat, but have a look. Thanks.
Thanks, George. Mary Arthur, I just wanted to shout out to you. I've been sending some folks your way, and I hope you'll take the opportunity to reach back to me if you have any questions about their case. Do you have any programs going on down there in your neck of the woods?
Yes. Thank you so much for sending people my way. It's been a lot of people coming my way, which is exciting that we're even at a point with society that they're recognizing that they're a caregiver and that there's support out there. So we've had support groups every week of every month, virtual and in person. And it's been really eye-opening because, you know, we wanted it open to anyone. It didn't have to be dementia specific caregivers, but 100% of attendees have been dementia caregivers. And so we have also created a caregiver advisory group for the Middle Peninsula and Northern Neck. That is 10, which is a huge, mass of land when you look at those rural areas. And so we have a lot of local agencies and state agencies that are going to join in that advisory group to figure out what are some programs that we can work together on. And these collaborations have started from church groups collaborating with local assisted living organizations, creating caregiver education. And thank you for sharing the education series that we had in May. And now we have one in June. So I'm a community educator with the Alzheimer's Association. So a lot of these trainings, it's living with early stage, mid stage, late stage. That's a 3-session series for caregivers. And then communication, dealing with behaviors, and we're not limiting it, including things to think about if someone has aphasia and they're a caregiver for someone that is hard of hearing, that has Parkinson's. So we're things in with those trainings, and I've shared that with Nick and Liz today. So there's a new flyer for that. So please encourage anyone to attend. I can certainly share links to those trainings. And if anyone would like to join our advisory group, even if you're an outside organization that wants to share programs, we can do virtual programs because we are a local agency on aging. So, let me know, because I'd love to collaborate and do some of those local programs. And I'm already thinking about, our active senior centers that could do the Matter of Balance programs and push those out in each county. So anyway, so thank you so much.
Sure. Mary, I'll just remind you and the other attendees that Nick has very carefully archived the coalition's presentations over the last year. And so, if any of your organizations are looking for good programming to present to stakeholders or attendees, talk to Nick, and he may have a great suggestion for just a plug and play program for you, for your organization.
Yeah. Thank you.
Krista Rutherford Flippin, are you there?
I am. How are you?
Good. Any news from the Navigator world?
A little bit. I know that Kim and Adrian have been working a lot with DARS for different projects. Of course, the what we were talking about today, the fall prevention, we've got a lot of those. I think we actually have them listed. We've been currently updating the AAA is all over the state to go ahead and make sure that program, not specifically, but all of their programs are up to date, and all of them do have that. So I don't know. It was good actually to listen to the presentation today. I learned a lot too. I was rolling my ankles too. I know you mentioned that, Donna. So, but yeah, that's just a tidbit of kind of what we've been doing.
Thanks. Connie, anything from AARP?
Yes, I have a question and some information. This may be old news to you all, but David DiBiase recently sent me a book, Meditations for Caregivers. It's kind of like one of those chicken soup books. AA put it out. I think you can get it on Amazon, but it's a great book. I've read through it. Meditations for Caregivers.
Excellent.
And also, David and I have been talking about the wallet cards, and I know he was working, I think, maybe with you, Nick.
Yeah.
So do you have an update for me that you may not have shared with David yet?
I do. Dee reminded me. Thank you for that. I usually make an agenda for this, and I kind of got sidetracked this week. I do have an update on the CARES Act wallet cards. I've been working with David at ARP and Gordon Walker at the Lindsay Institute, and I did pull. I have made a draft wallet card that we're going to use. ARP has said that they are willing to print it and eat the cost of printing for, I think we're going to print like 2,000 cards, and then we'll be able to distribute them for people who are going to do like health fairs, or anyone who's interested. We might be able to spread it out across the AAAs and things like that. Let me share the draft. Okay, can we see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the one I made. It's not final because if we're going to be using ARP for printing, we do have to go through their graphic design people. So I was like, took some ideas and kind of put it all together. The goal is that it'll have our 3 logos: the Caregiver Coalition, ARP Virginia, and the Lindsay Institute. Gordon had asked if we could list, the patient name and the caregiver name on the front, with information on the back as to what the CARE Act requires hospitals to do. The big 3 are: provide you the opportunity to designate a family caregiver, inform your caregiver when you are to be discharged to another facility or back home, and explain and demonstrate any medical tasks your caregiver will need to perform at home, which I think is a really big one. The goal is also to link, the VCC information, AARP information, Lindsay Institute, and then also Senior Navigator on that as well. So this is not by any means the final draft, but I think we are a lot closer to what we're looking for. If anyone has any ideas, now's the time, because I can still make changes or anything like that if anyone wants us to do something differently.
So are you wedded to doing the writing in red? I asked that because I have a concern about, red-green color blindness.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I don't like to really write in red in general. I do know that that's like ARP red.
Yeah, and I was wondering about that.
Like my background, right? I just wanted to make sure for David and I, right now AARP doesn't need to do anything right now. You're working on your end, right?
Yeah, we had discussed kind of on the side that I was going to bring it up at this meeting, and thank you for reminding me. And then after that, if anyone had any input, we would take that into consideration, and then I'd be sending that along to ARP to finalize that.
Okay. Thanks, Nick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, Donna. I think we could change the red coloration. Would you rather have it be black or like a gray?
I mean, I would think black would be easiest to read, but I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Red is a hard one to read.
Yeah.
Also, I guess I do have one more announcement. This is, I guess, really more specific to people who are in the area agencies on aging. I have been working with Dee and Kim and Joyce at the AAAs to kind of get a respite voucher program created at the local levels using some of the 3E National Family Caregiver Support Program funding. And if there are any other AAAs who are interested in maybe learning more about how we do our respite voucher program in ways that it can be exported to your own agencies to copy, I will be kind of trying to get as many AAAs involved in this process as possible and kind of make this a quarterly meeting. So just to put that out there. And it's been very nice. I've actually really enjoyed our one meeting we've had so far.
All right. Anyone else? I saw that. Yes.
It's not connected to caregiving specifically, but here in Fredericksburg, there was a senior community that had really big fire, and it's displaced all of the senior residents who lived in the apartment building. So if you find us on Facebook, we're going to be posting Healthy Generations Area Agency on Aging. I think on Facebook we're listed as Rappahannock Area Agency on Aging. We're going to be posting a GoFundMe link. Then all of those funds are going to go to be able to help these folks, because it sounds like I haven't heard an update about if some of the folks might be able to go back and stay in the apartment building, but there's a chance that everybody in the entire complex is displaced for the entirety of the amount of time that it's going to take them to do the repairs, which is I think about 8 months. So this GoFundMe is going to go towards that their needs during that time frame. I don't have a link yet. We just got it approved. Our board approved us creating the GoFundMe page for this situation yesterday. But I can certainly share it with Nick and Liza once we've got it, and I'm sure it'll also be on our Facebook page as soon as we've got it ready to go.
Thanks, Kim. That's great.
Thank you for letting me share that. Sorry I interrupted you.
No, that's all right. Nice effort. That's terrific.
Hi, Chris. This is Juliana. Can I share something very quickly?
Absolutely, and congratulations on your ascendancy to the leadership. I really appreciate you serving.
Oh, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I just wanted to let everyone know that we are having an intergenerational series that will start in June, and it is for the entire family. We're trying to bridge the different generations, and especially for family caregivers who are caring for older adults, and in addition to that have children at home. So it's going to start on Saturday, June 18th. It's going to be from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. We're going to have Kundalini yoga. Kundalini yoga. We're going to have drama classes. We're going to have creating memory and engagement at home, and a session on music therapy. So you're all invited, and I will send that flyer over to you if you can share it. And also on the 27th, May 27th, Friday, we are going to have a panel conversation on faith and spirituality in the caregiving journey. And I will also share that flyer with all of you later. Thank you.
Thanks, Juliana. Anyone else? Well, I guess we can wrap it up. Again, thanks to all of you who have been so supportive of me and the coalition over the last few years. Really appreciate it, and look forward to great things ahead with Emily and Juliana at the helm, and with Liza, as always, keeping the communication going and keeping us informed. And I can't thank you enough, but look forward to serving with you in the future as chair. Bye.